Right now, as you read this, your two kidneys are filtering your entire blood supply. Every single drop. They do this roughly 40 times per day. That means every 36 minutes, your kidneys process your entire bloodstream, pulling out waste, balancing minerals, regulating pressure, keeping you alive. They do this silently, without a single complaint, for decades. Until one day, they can't anymore. And by the time you feel it, 60 to 70% of kidney function is already gone. That's not a warning sign you missed. That's a design flaw in human biology. Your kidneys don't send pain signals until the damage is catastrophic. But here's what medicine rarely tells you. The number one thing quietly destroying your kidneys every single day isn't alcohol. It isn't medication. It isn't even high blood pressure. It's sugar. And more specifically, it's the fructose inside that sugar. What happens when you remove it completely for 30 days is one of the most dramatic biological transformations your body is capable of. Not in theory, in measurable, documented, cellular reality. Let's go through it day by day. First, you need to understand what sugar is actually doing inside your kidneys right now. Most people think sugar damage is a diabetes problem. They think if their blood sugar isn't technically diabetic, their kidneys are fine. This is one of the most dangerous misconceptions in modern health. Here's the real mechanism. When you eat sugar, you're consuming two molecules, glucose and fructose. Glucose goes everywhere. Every cell in your body can use it, but fructose is different. Fructose has only two destinations in your body, your liver and your kidneys. Your liver gets most of the attention, but your kidney tubules, the tiny filtering tubes inside your kidneys, are quietly drowning in fructose every time you drink a soda, eat a processed snack, or pour juice into a glass. Inside your kidney cells, fructose metabolism triggers the production of uric acid. This isn't gout medication territory. This is cellular chemistry. Uric acid crystals accumulate inside the nephrons, the microscopic filtering units your kidneys rely on. You have approximately 1 million nephrons in each kidney. Once a nephron is destroyed, it never comes back. There are no replacement parts, and sugar is destroying them one by one every single day without you feeling a thing. But there's a second mechanism that makes this even worse. When blood glucose is chronically elevated, even at pre-diabetic levels, your body produces compounds called advanced glycation end products. AGEs. Think of AGEs like burnt residue that forms when sugar sticks to proteins and fats inside your body. This burnt residue coats the delicate filtration membrane inside your glomeruli, the tiny capillary clusters that act as your kidney's primary filter. Over time, this coating thickens. The filtration pores narrow. Pressure builds. Your kidneys have to work harder to push blood through a filter that's slowly turning to scar tissue. This is how diabetic nephropathy starts. But what most people don't realize is that this process is happening at subdiabetic sugar levels too. It's just slower, quieter, and completely reversible in the early stages. Which brings us to what happens when you stop. Day 1 through 3. The moment you cut sugar, something immediate happens inside your kidneys that your doctor will never mention. Your blood glucose stops spiking. This sounds obvious, but the implications are enormous. Every time blood glucose spikes, your kidneys face a phenomenon called hyperfiltration. Your glomeruli are forced to filter blood at abnormally high pressure to clear the excess glucose from circulation. This hyperfiltration damages the filtration membrane every single time it happens. By day 3 without sugar, hyperfiltration stops. Your glomeruli are no longer being pressure blasted multiple times per day. The filtration membrane gets its first real rest in possibly years. You won't feel this, but it's happening. The cellular inflammation inside your kidney tubules begins to quiet. Your kidney's oxygen demand drops slightly. The stress response inside your nephrons starts to downregulate. Day 4 through 7. By day 4, something important is shifting in your blood chemistry. Uric acid levels begin to drop. Remember, uric acid is a direct byproduct of fructose metabolism inside your kidneys. When fructose stops arriving, your kidneys stop producing excessive uric acid. As uric acid drops, the tiny microcrystals that were forming inside your nephrons begin to dissolve. This isn't a metaphor. This is measurable in blood work. Studies tracking uric acid levels in people who eliminated added sugar show significant drops within the first week. Lower uric acid means less inflammatory pressure inside the nephron walls. Your kidney's internal environment starts shifting from hostile to hospitable. At the same time, your SGLT2 transporters, the proteins your kidney tubules use to reabsorb glucose back into the blood, begin normalizing. When sugar is constantly flooding in, these transporters are overwhelmed. They reabsorb more glucose than they should, pulling sodium along with it, raising blood pressure, increasing kidney workload. With sugar gone, SGLT2 activity normalizes. Your kidneys stop retaining excess sodium. Blood pressure begins its first gentle decline. Day 8 through 14. By the end of the second week, something you might actually feel starts happening. A subtle reduction in bloating. A slight increase in how often you urinate. Your urine may become less concentrated, lighter in color. This is your kidneys beginning to offload the inflammatory burden they've been carrying. Here's the biology. Chronic sugar consumption keeps your body in a low-grade inflammatory state. One of the primary markers of this inflammation is C-reactive protein, CRP. As sugar disappears from your diet, CRP levels begin falling. Inside your kidneys, this matters enormously. Inflammatory cytokines were signaling your mesangial cells, the structural support cells inside your glomeruli, to contract and thicken. This thickening was narrowing your filtration pathways. As inflammation drops, these cells begin to relax. Your filtration pathways widen slightly. Blood flows through your kidneys with measurably less resistance. Your kidneys are not just resting, they are beginning to repair. Day 15 through 21. This is where the transformation becomes systemic. By day 15, the drop in blood pressure that started in week 1 is now measurable. Studies on sugar elimination consistently show reductions of 5 to 10 millimeters of mercury in systolic pressure within 2 to 3 weeks. For your kidneys, this is not a small number. High blood pressure is the second leading cause of kidney failure in the world. Every point of reduction in blood pressure directly reduces the mechanical strain on your glomerular capillaries. Think of your kidney filter like a coffee filter under a faucet. Normal pressure, the water passes through cleanly. Excessive pressure, the filter tears. Every day of high blood pressure is another day of microscopic tearing inside your filtration membranes. By day 21, that tearing has slowed dramatically. Your kidney's creatinine clearance, a key marker of how efficiently they're filtering waste, begins improving. If you were to do blood work right now, you would see numbers moving in the right direction for the first time in possibly years. Day 22 through 30. In the final stretch, something happens that researchers find remarkable. Your kidney's antioxidant defense systems begin recovering. Here's what that means. Your kidneys are one of the highest oxygen-consuming organs in your body per unit of weight. All that oxygen use creates free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cells. Your kidneys have their own internal antioxidant systems to neutralize these free radicals. Glutathione production inside kidney cells. Superoxide dismutase activity. These systems are suppressed by chronic sugar consumption because fructose metabolism generates oxidative stress faster than the antioxidant systems can respond. After 30 days without sugar, fructose-driven oxidative stress stops. Your kidney cell's antioxidant machinery, no longer overwhelmed, begins catching up. Cellular repair that was being constantly interrupted now runs unimpeded. Nephrons that were in a state of chronic low-level damage begin stabilizing. The filtration membrane, which had been slowly thickening with AG deposits, stops receiving new material. The existing deposits don't disappear overnight, but the process that was building them has stopped. And in kidneys that haven't reached irreversible scarring, the underlying tissue begins to recover function. By day 30, the measurable changes are real. Research on dietary sugar elimination shows improvements in GFR, glomerular filtration rate, the gold standard measure of kidney function. Uric acid is down, blood pressure is down, inflammatory markers are down, kidney workload is down, and perhaps most importantly, the hyperfiltration cycle that was silently destroying your nephrons has stopped. You've given your kidneys 30 days of what they haven't had in years. A working environment where they can actually do their job instead of constantly fighting to survive it. Now here's the part that matters. You don't need to do anything extreme. You don't need a special supplement or a complicated protocol. The protocol is removing one thing: added fructose, table sugar, high fructose corn syrup, fruit juice, sweetened drinks, processed foods with sugar on the ingredient list. That's it. Your kidneys don't need help. They don't need detox teas or kidney cleanses or miracle supplements. They need you to stop pouring fructose through them 20 times a day and then get out of their way. The biology does the rest. Your kidneys were designed to last a century. They were not designed for the 30 teaspoons of added sugar the average person consumes every single day. Remove the obstacle, and the machine runs the way it was built to run. Your kidneys are not failing because they're broken. They're failing because they've been given an impossible job with no days off. Starting today, you can change that. 30 days is not a long time, but for 1 million nephrons that haven't rested in years, 30 days without sugar might be the difference between a slow decline that ends in dialysis and a recovery that adds decades to the life of two organs working silently to keep you alive right now. If this changed how you think about sugar and your kidneys, subscribe to this channel. Every video here breaks down what's actually happening inside your body using real biology, not trends and not fear. Like this video and share it with someone whose kidneys are working harder than they should. Your body isn't broken. It's just been waiting for you to give it a fighting chance.